Today, we're going to cover the patch notes and the Ministry of Balance article for the November 2025 update to World of Warships Legends. Normally, I record these patch note readings the night before the patch notes drop using the advanced version that Wargaming sends all the CCs, but I didn't have any time to do it yesterday. So, we're going to do a dramatic reading of the patch notes right before I go to work, and we'll look at the live published view. We're just going to get right into it. I'm going to skip over the little blurb that gives you a summary of the update, and we'll go right to the campaign. Phantom of Sherwood. Join the new only 4 weeks, Phantom of Sherwood campaign available from November 3rd to December 1st. British Tier 7 Premium Cruiser Nottingham, and plenty of other rewards are up for grabs. Nottingham is a heavy cruiser with impressive concealment and solid armor. She's packing impressive torpedo armament and can unleash 16 of them within an 8 km range, offering some of the best damage per minute among Tier 7 ships. I don't really know too much about the ship. I do actually have it on PC. It came out of a Santa crate for me years ago, but I played it like maybe once. Kind of looks like a Defense or sort of the Nelson looking ship, but a cruiser. So I have no idea what to really expect, but the Admiralty or the campaign will be 80 milestones, and the Admiralty backing will cost 2,500 doubloons as usual. There's a catch up mechanic, and well, it's nice to see, I suppose, a Tier 7 ship instead of a Tier 8 as the campaign reward. I wish those happened more often, considering Tier 7 ships are the best at earning credits and whatnot in the game. Tier 8, not so much. And a Tier 7 cruiser, if it's good, probably has a lot of credit earning potential, so we'll have to see how it is on Monday. Then there's a breakdown of the campaign, whatever, nothing crazy here, I don't think. And Black Friday. It's November, so it's the month for that. New black ships and discounts. From November 3rd to December 1st, sail into Black Friday with elegant black ships, including new black versions of Sims, Alabama, München, Graf Zeppelin, and Brisbane. You can find all of these ships in Black Friday 25 crates, 3 of which you can receive through the themed mission, campaign, and brawl, 1 from each activity. Also, check out the store for discounted bundles featuring black ships from previous years. Another Black Friday activity ties in with Thanksgiving from November 24th to December 1st. Complete the Thanksgiving on the Waves mission to receive 20 shadow camouflages, 100,000 credits, Commander Crate, Commendation, 15k XP, and the main prize, 1 Black Friday Ultimate Crate. Oh, wow. This crate is guaranteed to drop another Black Friday crate from previous years, giving you the chance to receive a black ship and many other rewards. And then here's a code that you can use to receive a fall crate and some shadow and revolutionary camouflages, boosters, and Captain Reader flag. All right. Well, nothing in this new list of Black Friday ships is particularly inspiring to me. I don't think Sims is that great of a ship. Alabama's all right, I suppose. It's a fairly accurate battleship, much like it's the same class as Minnesota, but the main battery guns are more accurate. You just don't really have the ability to build into secondaries, is the main difference. It's also got torpedo damage reduction that's pretty good. So Alabama's all right. München, I like that ship. Brisbane's all right. Graf Zeppelin, Sims, your mileage may vary. French alternate destroyers arriving in early access. The new line of French Tier 4 to Tier 7 alternate destroyers is coming to Legends. These ships are characterized by a strong focus on fast torpedoes that can cause fires on enemy ships and gain speed and fire setting potential the farther they travel. During this update from November 3rd to December 1, you'll have the chance to find the new ships in early access crates, several of which are available for free through the Phantom of Sherwood campaign. Each early access ship comes with a personal mission available till January 19th that rewards doubloons. We'll share more details about each ship soon in a dedicated article. We already knew about these, they announced them a while back. I'm sure all the battleship mains are terrified at the potential of torpedoes that can start fires. Oh my gosh. Oh no, what a disaster. A torpocalypse, you might say. We'll have to see how that goes. I am of the persuasion that torpedo boats, dedicated torpedo boats, are really not the thing that is the main problem in the game and not something that people really need to worry about all that much. And we have no idea, aside from the torpedo's ability to start fire, what the other parameters are. I mean, if these things have terrible sea detectability, like say 2 kilometers or something, it's not like they're going to be the hardest thing in the world to dodge. And who knows what the maximum speed they have will give you. We'll just have to see. They could be terrible, they could be great, they could be bad for the game. It's hard to tell until we get the chance to play them, but we should be able to do that come Monday. Road to New Year Stage 2. Keep collecting ship parts to receive Pan-European Tier 6 premium battleship Lug Dunham in a unique icy skin. The second stage of the Road to New Year marathon will run November 3rd to December 1st. Some of you may have noticed that completing the Road to New Year mission was locked behind owning a legendary tier ship, which wasn't entirely fair to many players. We'll make up for this mistake in the new update. You'll be able to earn 3,000 more ship parts, up to 13,000 in total, without needing a legendary tier ship. Phantom of Sherwood campaign, 6k ship parts, no Admiralty backing needed. Road to New Year mission, 7k ship parts. To unlock Lug Dunham, you need to collect 20k ship parts. If you started in the previous update, you'll be able to collect enough during this one. But even if you join during this update, you'll still have time to catch up until January 19th. Note that the ship will only become available starting December 1st with the arrival of the Christmas update. Honestly, I would not worry about pursuing this ship. I think it's pretty mediocre. It's free, so if you get it, you get it. Seems like if you just play the game enough, you'll get all the ship parts necessary by the time the marathon is over. So I really wouldn't spend any energy on consciously pursuing these ship parts. This ship is just not worth that pursuit. It's not the worst ship in the world, but it is, at best, pretty mid. And so I don't really think you should feel any fear of missing out on this one if you're not on track to complete the marathon. I think you'll be fine. Next up, prepare your steel. Marceau arrives in December. Finally, we've been wondering where this thing was. Captains, for those of you who follow our socials, you already know that French Tier 8 Premium DD Marceau is coming for steel this December, once the Christmas update is released. Now is the perfect time to prepare and earn steel to get it. During this update from November 3rd to December 1st, you can earn up to 3,400 additional steel by playing new seasons of Brawl and Ranked Battles. You can also earn steel through endless trials, which unlock after completing all 80 milestones with Admiralty backing. If you buy out the campaign on day 1, don't do that. You can receive up to 1,000 steel in total by completing the endless trials. I would not buy out the campaign for 64,000 doubloons or whatever it costs to do that in order to get 1,000 steel. Play ranked or brawl instead. Speaking of brawl, first ever asymmetric brawl. Asymmetric battles on PC are really fun, and actually this is the same setup at 5v12. Okay. Brawl Season 32 features asymmetric battles. Fight in teams of 5 players against 12 bots. All Tier 5 to Tier 6 ships are allowed. Battles will last 12 minutes instead of the usual 8, and bot damage will be slightly reduced. But beware, these are new bots, cleverer and tougher to beat than those in other battle types like versus AI. Okay, so that's the same thing as the asymmetric on PC. When it says, though, that they're more cleverer and tougher to beat than the bots in AI, that's not exactly a high bar to clear, all right? But they are a little bit more challenging to play against on the PC, so I assume the same will be true for this. But asymmetric is really fun. It's kind of a chill, relaxing game mode that basically gives you the power fantasy you want with using a higher tier ship to crush lower tier ships quite easily. It's pretty nice, and if you can earn steel from it, this is probably going to be the best way to do it. It does say you can earn steel from brawls, and this is the brawls. Steel for playing against bots? I mean, do that. Don't buy out the campaign. One-on-one ranked battles. Oh boy. Put your skills to the test in 2 new ranked seasons featuring one-on-one battles with Tier 7 cruisers and battleships. Rank up to claim various rewards, including steel, camouflages, an epic art AA mod, okay, which can be added to ships that can equip it. Fair enough. The first season will be Tier 7 cruisers, second will be Tier 7 battleships, all right. Special missions, End of World War I and Guy Fawkes Night. During this update, don't forget to complete these 2 special missions. Guy Fawkes Night mission, November 3rd through 10th, British ships only. 5 common credit boosters, 12 Union Jack camos, 1 commander crate. Silencing the Storm mission, November 10th through 17th. 12 Battle of Jutland camouflages, 15k XP, 2 Fall Big crates, 2 Battle of Jutland crates. All right. And then, well, the full gamepad control for the mobile version is coming up, so you'll be able to use a gamepad not only in the port, but the menu settings and everywhere else if you're playing on mobile. So that's kind of nice. Probably easier to play the game with a gamepad than the touch screen on your mobile device. I don't know. But that's pretty much it for the update. And there are a lot of balance changes here. We're going to flip over to the Ministry of Balance article in a second. There's some buffs for Sims, München, Brisbane, Des Moines for some reason, Holland, Gearing, Gearing R, Subrazitlany, Bovoy, Kiev, and Neustrashimi. The Neustrashimi one's actually pretty great. We'll have to see that in a second. And then the nerfs, Louisiana, Gdansk, Johann de Witt, Haarlem, and Eendracht. All right. And then they've done this thing where they've standardized the armor for Tier 6 Tech Tree BBs, setting it to 26 millimeters for the bow, stern, auxiliary, exterior plating, Leon, Gneisenau, Nagato, Sinop, North Carolina, Colorado, Connecticut. They all have 26. I think they previously had 25. Not much of a difference there, I don't think. It can still be overmatched by the same caliber of guns that it always has been able to be overmatched by. But maybe it offers you marginally more protection against HE that can only pen 25. So there's that. Commander Pascual Cervera Itopete has received an additional skill in his 3rd row, Strategic Premonition, improving the ready rack reload time by up to 16% and allowing you to reload individual shells in the ready rack. That's interesting. I'll have to take a look at that skill. Oh, and then this is some great news here about the maps. Domination mode for several maps has been reworked to improve your battle experience. These changes include spawn repositioning and matchmaking adjustments. In particular, we've adjusted the matchmaking for higher tiers so that straight and small estuary no longer appear. In addition, Fault Line returns to Tier 7 battles. I don't know about that, but no small estuary, music to my ears. I hate that map so much, I can't even tell you. And then there's some bug fixes that I don't think any of these are worth mentioning. So let's go over to Ministry of Balance. For the ships, Sims and Sims B, they get a buff. The reload time is reduced to 3.1, gets a little bit more HP. The HP distribution is changed so that it's got more HP in all the various parts of the ship. Stock torpedo range increased, to 7 km basically, upgraded torpedo range to 10.5, upgraded torpedo alpha to 9600 basically. That's probably all good. I think Sims is an extremely mediocre destroyer. I don't know if this buff makes it less mediocre, but I would not say it would be worth buying the B version in its current state. Maybe it'll be better after this buff. We'll have to take a look at it. München and München B, main battery range increased to 14.9. Detect reduced to 11.7 from 12.5. That's pretty good. Air detectability reduced, detectability while firing smoke reduced. I don't know that Munchin really needed a buff, but this certainly won't hurt. Brisbane and Brisbane B, main battery reload reduced by half a second. Louisiana, oh no, it was so perfectly balanced. They're going to nerf it? Main battery reload increased by 2 seconds, 32 seconds now. Airstrike torpedo speed reduced by 5 knots. I don't know if that's enough to make these torpedoes not completely broken and overpowered, but, well, I guess we'll see. It was perfectly balanced, but here they are adjusting it. Speaking of ships that don't need buffs, I don't know why Des Moines needs a buff to its AP Alpha to 4750 and HE to 2750, but apparently it's getting that. Was anybody complaining that Des Moines was lacking in firepower? I don't know. I have no idea why it needed this buff, but apparently it's getting it. And then Gdansk, wow, major nerf to the main battery reload, 5 to 7 seconds. I think that's like a 40% nerf or something like that. That's insane. Fair enough. I mean, Gdansk was overpowered, but they did nerf the Fox Flare skill to make it less oppressive. And apparently they think it needs to be hit even harder with the nerf hammer. So there we go. Holland, that's probably something that did need a buff. Main battery reload reduced to 1.8 seconds base. That might be the quickest in the entire game. I'm not sure. Torpedo damage increased by a little less than 1,000. Added radar consumable. Okay, well, now all of a sudden, the Holland is a very interesting ship. 20-second radar, 7.5 km range. I mean, you'd be able to stealth radar any DD. 20 seconds is a long time, too. Yeah, the Holland just got much more interesting, I would say. Gearing and Gearing R, main battery firing range increased to 11.3. That's not too bad, honestly. 10.7 is a joke for a main battery range of a legendary tier destroyer. I mean, the Gearing and Gearing R, they both have very, very floaty shells, so they're going to be hard to land at maximum range against anything smaller than like a battleship, but more range is nice. And then improved smoke generator. 3 charges base instead of 2. That's kind of nice to see. Duration increased to 30 seconds. Dispersion increased to 130. And then cooldown time reduced by a total of 40 seconds. That's kind of nice. Gearing smoke, American smoke is nice, but I always felt like having only 2 of them was a bit of a downside, and the reload time was always very long too. So that's kind of nice to see Gearing getting some love after all these years. I think maybe something needs to be done with the hull too. If I'm correct, I think like the hull is too big or something. The Sumner is a lot more narrow than the actual Gearing. Or maybe they fixed that, I don't know. But nice to see Gearing getting a buff. Now for the nerfs. Johann de Witt, airstrike reload nerfed. 105 seconds from 95. 10-second nerf. Airstrike reload time increased from, oh, that's the stock, from 90 to 100 seconds. Still a 10-second nerf. Fair enough. Stock and upgraded airstrike accuracy reduced. Percentage of bombs falling near the central aim point decreased from 66 to 50%. All right. Harlem upgraded accuracy reduced. Okay, so they all get reduced accuracy on their bombs. I don't know if that's enough to make them not unfun to play against. I guess we'll see. Subrazitilini, I have no idea how you're supposed to pronounce this. 6 km or 8 km torpedoes now. Gets the repair party consumable. And then change the order of consumables to be consistent throughout the Soviet Tech Tree Destroyer branch, DCP, repair, engine, smoke. Okay, Bovoy. Main battery reload time reduced to 5. Stock or upgraded torpedoes increased to 8. Okay, repair party. And then do these get repair party and smoke generator? That would be, it looks like they do. It's interesting though. Kiev, stock hull increased. Upgraded hull increased 16.5. Okay, so just a HP buff to the Kiev. But Neustrashimi, this one is Really nice to see. Main battery reload time reduced, almost cut in half to 2.5 seconds. Stock torpedo reload time reduced to 125. Upgraded torpedo reload time to 100. This might make the new Strashimi playable. I'm really excited, honestly, to test out the ship with this buff. I wanted the main battery guns to be more usable, and it looks like maybe they're about to be. That's going to be nice. And then we've already covered this, the armor upgrade or buff to these tier 6 battleships. It's at 26 millimeters. And then I think we've already covered the commander, Pasquale, the maps. There's a little bit more detail here. They moved spawns back approximately 1.5 km for mid-tier, standard, and AI scenarios. Now the small estuary will only appear. Wait, change small estuary scenarios from tier 6 to tier 7 to okay, from tier 6 to tier 7 to tier 5 to tier 6. I still think this is probably too high. They should just remove this from the game. It's not great. And then changed large estuary scenarios matchmaking from tier 8 to legendary to tier 7 to legendary. Okay, fair enough. And then straight will now appear, or fault line will now appear in tier 7 matches. Anyway, that's all there is to this update. Hope you enjoyed this dramatic reading of the patch notes. Let me know what you think in the comments. Give the video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.